Valegro, the legendary horse who redefined dressage forever. Imagine a horse so talented that he didn't just win, he changed the entire sport. A horse whose performances broke world records, stunned Olympic judges, and made crowds rise to their feet in absolute awe. This is the unbelievable story of Valegro, the dressage legend who set a standard the world may never see again. Valegro is widely regarded as one of the greatest dressage horses to ever live. Born in 2002, trained in the British countryside, and partnered with the remarkable Charlotte Dujardin, Valegro accomplished achievements that many believed were impossible. His power didn't come from brute force, but from extraordinary talent combined with flawless technique. He was gentle, intelligent, and almost impossibly consistent, a horse who delivered world record performances under the brightest spotlights and the highest levels of pressure. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. Now, let's get started. Valegro's early beginnings. Valegro, often affectionately called Blueberry, was born on July 5, 2002 in the Netherlands. He was a Dutch warmblood gelding, bred by the prestigious Jansen family. From the beginning, Valegro displayed impressive athleticism and a willingness to learn. But no one could have predicted just how far he would go, not until he was discovered by Carl Hester, one of Britain's most respected dressage riders and trainers. Carl saw something special in the young gelding, something beyond raw movement. It was his temperament, his eagerness to work, and his natural elasticity that caught Carl's eye. When Valegro arrived at Carl's yard in Gloucestershire, he quickly became known for his playful personality and enormous appetite for training. Yet even then, the world-class champion in him was still hidden. What unlocked his potential was a partnership that would soon become legendary. The partnership that changed everything. Charlotte Dujardin joined Carl Hester's yard as a young, talented rider with an exceptional work ethic. She didn't arrive expecting fame or Olympic glory, she simply came to learn. Carl recognized her dedication early on, and when Valegro needed a rider, he paired them almost experimentally, as if trying out a combination with no idea that it would become one of the most powerful partnerships in equestrian history. Charlotte bonded with Valegro instantly. Their personalities meshed in a way that felt natural, almost meant to be. Valegro responded to her sensitivity, trust, and quiet confidence. She, in turn, learned to understand every nuance of his movement, every signal he offered, every bit of brilliance he was capable of. In training, they grew together. In competition, they became unstoppable. Their partnership wasn't just strong, it was revolutionary. Dressage had seen great pairs before, but Charlotte and Valegro had something uniquely captivating. They blended precision with emotion. Every test they performed felt like a conversation between horse and rider, full of expression, trust, and mutual understanding. The rise to international stardom. Valegro's first major breakthrough came in 2011 at the European Championships, where he helped secure team gold for Great Britain. His performances announced his arrival on the world stage. Commentators described him as a powerhouse, a machine, and a musical genius. But the best was yet to come. In 2012, at the London Olympics, Valegro stunned the world. His Grand Prix freestyle routine became one of the most memorable performances in equestrian history. Under the electrifying atmosphere of a home crowd, Charlotte and Valegro danced with flawless rhythm, fluid transitions, and an emotional depth that left spectators breathless. When their final score appeared 92.857%, the highest dressage freestyle score ever awarded at that time, the stadium erupted. With this performance, Valegro didn't just win Olympic gold, he ignited a global passion for dressage. People who had never watched the sport before suddenly felt connected to it. Young riders around the world hung posters of Valegro in their rooms, dreaming of one day reaching his level. He had become a symbol of excellence. World record after world record. Valegro was not simply a champion, he was a record breaker. What makes his achievements extraordinary is how he continued to beat his own world records, raising the bar again and again. In 2014, he set new world records in the Grand Prix and the Grand Prix freestyle scores that many believed might never be matched. His 2014 Olympia Grand Prix freestyle score of 94.3% became iconic. Experts described it as one of the greatest tests ever performed, a mesmerizing combination of power, grace and emotion. In that moment, Valegro officially earned his place among the greatest horses in history. What made him so dominant was consistency. While many top horses have occasional brilliant performances, Valegro delivered excellence every single time. Judges repeatedly commented on his rhythm, his balance, his elasticity, and his nearly perfect transitions. And perhaps most importantly, he seemed to enjoy it. Valegro performed with an expression that radiated confidence and joy, something no judge or spectator could overlook. The personality behind the legend. Although Valegro is often remembered for his Olympic and World Championship victories, those who knew him personally understood that his greatness came from more than talent. Valegro was gentle, affectionate, and famously calm. Unlike some high-performance horses that become nervous or fiery at competitions, Valegro loved attention, loved people, and loved performing. He was the kind of horse who would greet visitors by nudging their pockets in hopes of finding treats. Even at major championships, he was relaxed, sometimes even sleepy, minutes before entering the arena. This incredible temperament allowed Charlotte to trust him completely, knowing he would stay focused no matter how loud the crowd or how intense the pressure. Valegro's willingness to work was unparalleled. Every morning, he approached training with enthusiasm, never resisting, never complaining. Many riders and trainers consider his work ethic to be one of his greatest strengths. It was this combination of talent and temperament that made him unbeatable. The perfect partnership with Charlotte Dujardin. Charlotte often described Valegro as her horse of a lifetime. Their relationship was built on trust, patience, and endless hours of training. Instead of relying on heavy aids or force, she rode Valegro softly and quietly, encouraging him to move freely and expressively. Their bond was so strong that even tiny adjustments in her seat or breathing were enough to guide him. The harmony between them became the gold standard in modern dressage. Coaches around the world use videos of their performances to teach students about balance, rhythm, connection, and partnership. Charlotte and Valegro changed the public's perception of dressage. They made the sport feel emotional, relatable, and inspiring. Their performances were not just technical tests, they were storytelling through movement, a blend of athleticism and art that captured the imagination of millions. The decision to retire a legend. By 2016, Valegro had achieved every major title possible: multiple Olympic gold medals, World Championship victories, European Championship wins, and world records that still stand today. There was nothing left for him to prove. Carl Hester and Charlotte Dujardin made the decision to retire him while he was still at the top of the sport, preserving his legacy permanently. Valegro's retirement ceremony at Olympia in December 2016 was emotional and unforgettable. As he took his final lap of honor, thousands of spectators stood in applause, many with tears in their eyes. It was a farewell worthy of a legend. Even in retirement, he remained loved and cherished, living peacefully at Carl Hester's yard, where he enjoys the quiet life of a happy, spoiled superstar. Valegro's legacy. Valegro's impact on the sport of dressage is beyond measure. He inspired an entire generation of riders, elevated global interest in the sport, and set standards of excellence that continue to influence training today. Experts still analyze his performances frame by frame, studying his elasticity, freedom of movement, and precision. Many believe he is the greatest dressage horse of all time, not only because of his medals, but because of the way he transformed the sport. Riders look to him as the ultimate example of what is possible when talent, training, partnership, and heart come together perfectly. Valegro showed the world that dressage is more than technique, it's emotion, artistry, and connection. His story will be told for decades, not just for what he accomplished, but for the magic he created every time he entered the arena. If you love exploring the incredible journey of Valegro, the horse who redefined perfection, don't forget to stay connected for more legendary stories from the world of horses, sports, and remarkable partnerships. There are so many unforgettable animals and athletes whose stories deserve to be told. Stick around, hit follow, and continue the journey into the world of greatness, where every performance writes a piece of history.